The top 1% of traders operate at a completely different level than everyone else, and it gives them results so staggering they almost seem impossible. And the thing is, it has nothing to do with talent or secret knowledge or some superhuman discipline. They trade the same chart and use the same tools everyone else does. What they do differently comes down to a simple shift in trading psychology that puts them in a different dimension altogether. And that mentality takes years to acquire. Some traders never cross the threshold. The leap seems too large. But here's the thing. It's not actually a leap at all. It's just a few key reframes that take you from a stagnant trader's mentality to an elite trader's mentality. So in this video, I'm going to show you those reframes step by step, and by the end of it, you'll know exactly how to close that gap. The first reframe, and the most important by far to achieve an elite trader mentality, is that trading results don't get better, they just get rearranged. And if you understand this correctly, everything else just falls into place. Because everyone thinks trading is a game of skill, and that's what's holding them back. There's a belief that elite traders are where they are because they can read the market better and trade it better. The same way you become the best chess player, or the best basketball player, or the best F1 driver purely on having superior skill. But the thing is, elite traders aren't more skilled than regular traders, because the market isn't a closed circuit like a chessboard or a basketball court or a racetrack. You can develop the skill in those places because you can practice until you know everything about it and become really good at it. But the market isn't a closed circuit. It changes every day. There aren't any rules on what the market can and cannot do, and it moves unpredictably at every minute. This makes it exceedingly difficult to master trading as a skill, the same way you would chess or basketball. Imagine if the rules of chess and the pieces changed every time you played it. I mean, how could you ever get good at it? And so, that makes elite traders even more confusing. How are they getting consistent, outsized results on something so unpredictable? And the answer is they're not. They're getting mostly regular results. They can just stay consistent with them for a long period of time. And this quote from Napoleon explains it best. A genius is the man who can do the average thing when everyone else around him is losing his mind. So although it seems like incredible skill or insights, it's really just about doing the same thing consistently over and over. It's about removing a few unprofitable trades and adding a few profitable trades. That's literally all it takes. You just need to tilt the scales in your favor, and compounding will take care of the rest. Take a look at this monthly calendar. We see that there are some wins and some losses, but overall the result is negative. This is the monthly calendar of a trader who's currently unprofitable. Now, take a look at this one instead. We see that this monthly calendar is indeed quite profitable. This would be the monthly calendar of a trader who's profitable. Now, notice what it's not. The profitable trader doesn't have dramatically different trades when compared to the unprofitable trader. He has a few more winning trades and a few less losing trades. It's just a small difference in execution, but it gives dramatically different results. Because the problem is that if you perceive the top 1% of traders as getting it right almost all the time, you start acting differently. If you think that the most profitable traders just open a chart every day and nail that day's moves perfectly and rarely get it wrong, then you'll try to reach that level. You'll stare at the charts all day and try really hard to read everything right so you can catch a winning trade. You'll trade a lot more intensely trying to achieve those same results, possibly burning yourself out. And when you fail to hit those same results, you'll blame yourself and believe you just need to try harder and get more skilled. That keeps you in the loop. But what if that idea of a profitable trader isn't even real? Now you're working towards a goal that isn't really achievable. Now, if you'd look at the real results of an elite trader, you'd realize that you have the wrong idea in the first place. It's not about getting it right all the time or having some superior read of the market. It's just small changes in execution. And that's really the first breakout in trading psychology. Now, you're not trying to attain some impossible, unrealistic goal of always being right. You're simply making small shifts in your trading by adding a few more winners and a few less losers. That's it. You're not doing a complete overhaul of your trading. And once you actually apply this, you notice something. You get more relaxed. Not because you stopped caring if the trade works out, but because you stopped needing this specific one to be right. If you know what 100 of these trades looks like already, why would one losing trade rattle you? It's just one of the 100. You already know some of them lose. That's not new information. So that's reframe 2, which is that persistence only counts when your edge is there. Because a lot of the advice you hear about being persistent and never giving up is advice that a lot of traders apply. But only a small fraction of them see real results. The problem is, all that energy gets directed towards the wrong thing. The typical trader success story goes like this. A trader tries a few strategies, they don't work, and they go through months or years of drawdown before it finally clicks, and then they make up for that drawdown in a very short period of time before growing and compounding it way past that. But that story isn't always what happens. The drawdown period might never end. A turnaround isn't guaranteed. It might just be loss after loss. That's the danger if you're not doing it right. We want all of our time and effort, persistence, and even thoughts outside of trading to be used well. It's kind of like if you're trying to inflate a balloon, but the balloon has a small hole in it. So every pump seems like it's inflating the balloon, but the balloon isn't actually getting bigger because the air is leaking out. The air you're pumping is like your effort and persistence. This is all the time you dedicate to mastering the skill of trading. You want every pump to actually fill the balloon and make it grow, instead of leaking out of it from the other end. If you're putting all your effort in a system or method that doesn't have an edge and actually hold any gains, then you're essentially wasting your time. It might not seem that way at the moment, but that's essentially what's happening. So when it comes to being persistent and putting in effort, this is really a situation where you want to sharpen the axe before cutting down the tree. You don't want to waste away hacking at a tree with a dull axe. And checking looks like this. Has this exact process, the exact entries, the exact risk, the exact rules, actually proven itself over a real sample size? An actual track record over years? If the answer is yes, then the losses you're taking right now aren't a leak. They're just part of what a real edge looks like while it's playing out. Every pump is actually going somewhere. A lot of traders brush past this part because checking feels like more work, and persistence feels like the easier, more virtuous thing to just do. But there's actually a much simpler way to know if you have a real edge, and it's not a spreadsheet. It's not a stat. It's how you behave when you're in a losing trade. Think about it this way. If you actually know, deep down, that this process has proven itself, a losing trade just doesn't feel like much. You take the loss, you move on, you're already thinking about the next setup, not replaying this one. There's no internal negotiation happening. You're not asking yourself if you should have done something different. You already know the answer, because you already know what this looks like over 100 trades, and this is just one of them. So here's Reframe 2, stated plainly. Persistence isn't the goal. Persistence is only worth anything if there's a real edge underneath it. And finally, that takes us to our last reframe, which is that the struggle gets rewritten once you're actually on the right track. Here's something nobody tells you about the drawdown you're in right now, however long it's lasted. Once you actually make it through, once the edge you've been persisting through starts compounding the way it's supposed to, you stop remembering it the way it actually felt. I mean this literally. Ask any trader who's actually made it to consistency about their worst stretch, the one that lasted 8 months or a year, the one where they questioned whether any of this was real. Watch how they talk about it. It doesn't come out sounding like trauma. It comes out sounding like a chapter. They'll say, yeah, that was rough, but that's when I actually figured out my risk management. The pain isn't gone from the story, but it's not the point of the story anymore. It's just the setup. That's not them being dishonest, and it's not some coping mechanism either. That's actually just how memory works once an outcome resolves. The 8 months of doubt only feel unbearable while the ending is still unwritten, while there's still a real chance it was all for nothing. The second it's not for nothing anymore, your brain doesn't need to protect you from that possibility, so it stops replaying it as danger. It just files it as part of how you got here. And that's the actual danger of quitting. Not that you'll fail, that you'll quit at minute 58 of a 60-minute drive, right before the part where all of this stops hurting, and you'll never even get to find out how close you were. The traders who make it aren't the ones who suffered less. They're just the ones who were still there when the story flipped. So if you're in it right now, genuinely in it, not performing resilience for anyone, just grinding through a stretch that doesn't feel like it's working, that's not proof you're on the wrong path. Sometimes it's proof you're closer to the part where none of this hurts any more than you think you are. By the way, this is exactly the kind of thing we work through inside the My Accelerator program. We have weekly calls where we go through your trades together, access to the exact chart and rules I use, and a community of traders all running the same process. If that's something you're interested in, the link's below to apply. And if this helped you, drop a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.